One of the most difficult things to achieve in life is being yourself, being your authentic self. Why is it so difficult to follow, to be a self-follower, let's say, to really support yourself, to believe that what you want to do, the way you want to behave, the things that you want to believe, the way you want to think, and the kind of perception that you want to have is correct. It is difficult because every time, all the time, we are being pulled in different directions. If you look around you, there is, everywhere you look, you're gonna find things that want to influence you. There are going to be things that are trying to convince you of whatever they want you to believe. If you go to Instagram, you're gonna see plenty of pictures of people that they're gonna try to convince you that if you're not rich and you're not wearing expensive watches, expensive clothing, if you're not traveling, if you're not good looking, if you're not tall, if you are not special, and special is special according to what they think is special, not special, not even according to your views of what is special. It's what they believe is special. Then you're nothing. We have gotten to the point that a lot of people see you and say, I don't know anything about you, nothing at all. But the very first thing that I'm gonna look for is how much money you have, depending on the way you dress, what car you're driving, what phone you have. That is the very first thing that I'm gonna look for. And if I don't see you wearing expensive stuff according to my standards, you're not worthy of becoming my friend. If you're not rich, simply put, you're not a good person. It's a waste of time having a friendship or any kind of relationship with you. We humans are so stupid that we have gotten to that point. It's funny. It just baffles me how humans, we have such an air of superiority. We think that because we believe that we can control animals, nature, the environment, other people, we are better. We are smarter than any other animal on earth. We think that we are better and smarter than nature and the planet. And we didn't stop there. We didn't stop feeling superior compared to other animals and the environment. We have such a distorted idea of superiority over other people. And when you look around and you see all kinds of forces pulling you, trying to make you believe that if you buy your clothes at this store, you're gonna be a better person and people are gonna look up to you. You're gonna look better, you're gonna look nicer, you're gonna be more handsome, you're gonna be better looking. If you're driving this car, people are gonna look at you in a different way. You're gonna be superior again. You're gonna be better. If you belong to this club, you're special. You're not an ordinary citizen. There is always something that is trying to get our attention and trying to convince us that this is what you should be aiming to become a better person. So what's really going on is that we want to be ourselves. We know that we have different perceptions and a different way of thinking than what most people want us to be. It is difficult for a mind that has grown used to pay attention to what it has been told by society, sometimes by people in your own family, people close to you, could be friends, mentors, teachers. It's difficult even when we get to an age that we say, okay, this is not really the person that I want to be. This is not my authentic self. My ideas about being and my own authentic self is very different to the person that I am nowadays. But it's hard to go against. It's hard to go against the programming and the brainwashing that we have already been throughout a long time. But we have to. Think of this. You gotta take your time to look at society, to look at the things that society wants, and think. It doesn't really take a rocket scientist to notice that society is pretty lost, pretty stupid, pretty useless. It is the things that they want you to do, everything related to money, everything related to the way you show your appearance, the way you move, the way you talk, the way you behave. I mean, this is just completely out of proportion and useless. It's many of the people throughout history, many of the people that have been very important inventors in different fields, in businesses, in sports. You think of people like, there are athletes, there are scientists, people that have been labeled as weird by society. They're not normal, and they turn out being exceptional at what they did. And many times they turn out being exceptional at what they did because they refused to accept or keep the mentality that society had ingrained and drilled in their minds while they were growing up. Look at the way many people behave online, on TV, and all that, and you can tell that there is something very wrong with the way society perceives and the way society in general wants you to be. And we all go through that, and it's difficult because the truth is that most people around us, if we want to be different and we want to be authentic, a lot of people close to you are going to tell you that something is wrong with you, that you're not right, that you're not normal, that is not the way, supposedly the way you have to do it, that you have no future behaving like that. But what I want you to think about is, what is the foundation of my behavior? Where do I get it from? Now, and once you found the foundation of that behavior, you just have to be brutally honest with yourself and open your eyes, look at it, analyze it, research, and say, is this normal? Is this good? Is this something that is really for my own good, for the good of everybody around me, for the people around me? Is this good for the planet? Is this good for the animals? Is this good? Is this going to help me make better decisions and be a happier person? Or am I going to get in the way of other people because I'm being selfish? I'm thinking more about making other people happy by the way I behave, by the way I talk, by the way I dress, by the person who I have become. Society is pretty messed up. If you use that as a foundation of your behavior, of your personality and the person that you are, you're not going to end up in a good place. And even worse, that doesn't even really matter for a second. Just get it out of the way. You're not going to be happy with yourself. You're just not going to be happy. You're going to have a very, very hard time really looking at yourself in the mirror and feeling that you have fulfilled what you expected about yourself. It's not easy because it's going pretty much against everything around us. Like I say, everything all around us, there are forces pulling you to be a person that you don't want to be. And going against that is not easy because we have grown used to be brainwashed and be programmed. And we have to pretty much cut ties with all that. And you're going to have to cut ties with a lot of people around you. You're going to have to cut ties with people that you thought that they were really real friends and close to you. And the moment that you start becoming more yourself, they're not going to like it. And many times you're going to have to cut ties with organizations, And people that you follow, it could be you could be a fan of an athlete, a fan of a businessman, a fan of a political party or some organization, and things that if you really put things in perspective, you're gonna find out that in the end, all they want is to control you in a way that it's pretty much it's good for them. They're not really thinking about you. It's hard to go against it, but it's worth thinking about it. It's worth analyzing. It's worth taking your time sitting down and doing consistently self-inventory. Sit down and say, okay, let's go through my perceptions. Let's go through the way I think and the way I act, the way I react to different situations. Am I really following my own rules and becoming my biggest fan? And remember, the forces pulling from all directions, they never stop, never. So you have to you have to pay attention to that. Don't marry ideas just because it sounds good and because it sounds like this is going towards the stuff that I believe. Don't marry any ideas, because at the same time we're gonna grow up and we're gonna change. The things that you believe today, maybe you're not gonna believe it in 2 years from now, probably 1 year or 5 years from now. So pay attention to that. Aim to become authentic. And even if they tell you that you're weird, that this is not normal, well, you know what? With the way society is and the way and the way these people are telling us that is normal and that you should be like that, that is not normal. That is not right, and it's not normal. I hope it helps, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.